get into the Acolyte. And we're not a show that really does a lot of pop culture stuff.
No,
we don't really cover the hottest, in movies.
Not in this sphere.
Not really.
We're kind of on the fringe, kind of cringe, weird part of the internet.
Yeah.
This is definitely mainstream, but this also fits into the extremely cringe, horrendous part of the internet.
Well, the reason I bring this up on the show today is the Acolyte got canceled, right? Disney Plus did not renew it for a season 2 because of, I think, the backlash.
Yeah.
The lack of interest in the show. It was strictly just,
because that came out, I would say, in July. It's like September now,
yeah.
And I do remember, because I don't really follow this shit too deeply, but I'll watch like that Quartering dude. He does a lot of kind of pop culture like that. This shit was getting so trashed.
So basically, now the people that did like the Acolyte, I guess they're putting together a petition to have a season 2. I did see that.
Dude, that's got to be almost all fake.
But the reason we bring it to our show today is it's gotten to a point now where they've really turned Star Wars so far on its head.
Right.
Right? Like, they've taken something that is a property for male nerds, older male nerds.
Yeah, right.
That's the core audience of Star Wars.
Well, dude, that's like you're saying. You have a buddy that is a Star Wars super fan that has a whole basement set up with the figurines and shit.
Yeah.
And you said that he saw this and was like, "Whoa, bro!"
Yeah,
but he loved everything else.
Even the most hardcore Star Wars fans.
Yeah,
I think this is where this was the line in the sand.
Yeah, because you said he loved all this shit even up until this point. Basically.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, that's bad. Yeah. When you have these loyal customers and fans that follow shit with anything, they buy the figures and stuff, and they collect and they love the stuff, and you destroy it that much, to where you completely turn off a super fan I don't know.
Here's the problem they are not understanding at the head of Disney and Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they do know it. There's no way they don't know it.
Duh,
but the core audience of Star Wars is an older male nerd demographic.
Yeah.
That's your audience, right?
Yeah.
It's not young, cool TikTok girls.
No.
You might get a few girls interested in Star Wars.
Right.
You're not, listen,
Dude,
it's never going to happen. You're not going to get a theater full of chicks watching Star Wars.
No way.
It's like, get over this fantasy.
This is, honestly, these stats probably work with Star Wars as they do with the military.
Yeah.
So, like, the military, they always push, like, they'll have a dumb commercial where, oh, I have 2 moms, and my 2 moms fought so hard to fight in a war, or some bullcrap, and they push all this gay, weird propaganda to women, and you could go to the numbers. 30 years ago or 20 years ago, the amount of women enlisted 10%. Nowadays, 10%. It doesn't change no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So doing this shit's not going to get you a new fan base.
So what's interesting about this is they created a show that they thought would appeal to, women, people of color, queer people of color,
yeah, right. All these just
gays,
acronyms, and this is actually the definition of being terminally online, to where you're living in an online bubble, and then once you actually try to do something in the real world, it doesn't transmit because it doesn't exist really. So it exists in a weird bubble on the internet.
There's a great channel on YouTube. It's called Midnight's Edge, and he does great commentary on films, and it's always mixed in with politics. The thing he said about the Acolyte was the heads at Disney, they think that there's this audience, the modern audience, as he put. I'm sure you've heard that term.
Yeah.
The modern audience.
Yeah.
They think there's this modern audience that's worth billions of dollars in revenue.
It doesn't
because
exist.
but this audience does not exist.
Exactly.
So they're making all this content for people that don't exist because they're so blinded by politics.
Right.
Right. They're so blinded by politics that they're taking Star Wars, they're taking Ghostbusters, they're taking whatever established male-dominated fan base franchises.
Yeah.
And they're inverting it and trying to appeal to an audience that isn't there.
That doesn't exist. That's like, for example, say Blair White's channel when she does reacting to woke TikToks.
Yeah.
It's like you watch these things, and you would think there's an epidemic of lunatics out there. Then when you go in the real world, there's a small handful of weirdos, and that's about it. It's not like you would think it's. When you're online, you think like, "Holy shit!" Every corner.
Yeah, if
is
you
gonna
live
be some
on
freak.
Twitter, you think, "Wow, the gay female, women of color audience. It's like,
cisgender
it's worth
or whatever.
billions of dollars."
No,
but I love this because it just kind of, this clip we're going to watch today is from the showrunner of The Acolyte. I guess she's a lesbian.
Yeah, proud lesbian.
Proud lesbian, and I'm one of the main actresses on the show, and they're doing a cringe interview when they were promoting the show.
And this main actress chick, she went on The View, and she bullshitted because the Acolyte's getting trashed, so she bullshits everyone and says she's getting death threats and all these racist remarks. There's no way in hell none of that happened.
Yeah, our point is these people live in a bubble.
Bring receipts.
They live in an absolute bubble. You're going to see how delusional they are in this clip. This clip's actually rather it's
even the tard interviewing them, he's in a bubble too.
They're all well. He's part of the media apparatus, right?
Right.
They're promoting the show, but this just kind of shows you how detached from reality they are and how disconnected from the core audience of Star Wars.
Yeah,
and they're putting out this product that nobody wants. Nobody wants to watch it. Well, let's just get into it.
Yeah,
you're going to see for yourself.
Right.
So, wait 1 second. All right, so this is just them affirming that this is arguably the gayest Star Wars that they've ever made. So
and like coming out of the closet now is gay, so get over it. Like that's not it's not cool. It's not cool anymore.
Yeah, really,
it's nothing special. Everyone's okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, I remember when we were kids, like if you came out as gay, it was kind of edgy. It was cool.
Yeah, it was like edgy, like because there would be like one kid in the school. It's like, whoa, that he's gay, and like everyone would be like, wow, how great, or whatever the fuck. And now it's like, who cares? Everyone's fucking gay.
Yeah, everybody's gay.
Right.
All right, check this out.
Most men want to suck dick anyway, for real.
All right, I'm glad you threw that in there, but.
I want to ask you both because this is, I would say, arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a considerable margin. Are you excited about that? Are you bracing yourself?
Star Wars. Not the
I don't know what it is. Every time she does that, I've watched this clip a few times.
Yeah.
When she does this,
I don't get that.
I want to drive my car into a building.
Yeah, I know. I don't. Is this like a trend?
I don't know what this is.
People, or is this just some sort of spontaneous reaction?
It's like some little flippant, cocky,
and the chick on the right is so god dang ugly. She is. She got that underbite. Looks like a freak. Honestly, dude, I won't say it because
I've heard this is the gayest Star Wars there ever was.
Right, dude.
It's pretty gay. Let's be honest. Leslie, how do you
think if we ask that question, they get mad at us? If we're like, this is the gayest Star Wars ever.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I would say it in the derogatory way.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is like the gayest Star Wars ever. And it's like, that's great. But like, this is the gayest Star Wars ever.
No, you know what? Actually, no, we would have a different take. I'd be like, this isn't gay enough.
Right.
I want fucking Birdcage gay.
Yeah, right.
All right? I want Nathan Lane and Robin Williams flamingly gay. If you're going to be... Listen, here's the thing with all this woke stuff.
I agree with that.
I'll entertain it.
Yeah.
But make it so gay.
Right.
That
dude, that's like
I can't help but watch.
It's like the modern day Satanist.
Yeah,
you guys are so cringe. You got to start killing babies on stage and eating people alive. Right. That would be sweet.
I have an idea. Right when they did the female Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Let's do. You're gonna do all female Ghostbusters. Let's get 4 Korean women who don't speak English.
Yeah.
And make them the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And you have to do the movie in subtitles.
Oh, that'd be great.
How weird would that movie be?
Yeah, that'd be great. And it's like a lot of scat involved and shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Skid marks and underwear. Like that'd be great.
Yeah. Or if you're doing a gay Star Wars, let's get the biggest Jeffree Star. Let's put him in it. Let's get who else is super gay? Nick Avocado. Let's get that weird gay guy that stalks you in it, you know?
Oh yeah, Paul. Like, let's get and make it so offensive, and make it like all.
They don't even know how to hold up a lightsaber. They're like,
and make it like extreme racist humor,
right?
Where it's just like so mean, so over the top, so obnoxious. Yeah. See, I would love that.
I'd go watch that.
See, this is all so weak. All this stupid gay stuff, it's weak. Same with the Satanists. You're not hardcore enough.
Yeah, right.
That's my critique. Yeah. You're not hardcore enough.
We don't care that you're woke. We want you to be so extremely woke.
Exactly, because this is lame.
Because it's boring. Like if I watch a movie and they just took an established character and now they're a woman or they're a gay guy,
whoop-de-doo.
It's not. I'm sorry.
I want to see the scene where you actually cut your genitals off.
Absolutely.
You know,
that with a lightsaber.
Yeah, because then it would cauterize it. Dude, great idea. I'm gonna start a castration clinic where it's just laser. So it's just cauterized immediately.
Flush it down the toilet.
Yeah, right. For real, what do you do with it? Either eat it or flush it down the toilet. I don't know.
God. All right, back to this.
Yes.
Well, no, I know
Yeah.
you are gay, but I'm asking, are you excited about putting this, this is going to be a talking point?
Is it going to be a talking point?
I'm sure.
By the way, what a really interesting question. Are you excited that you put out a really gay Star Wars?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Were you up all night thinking of that question?
I know. Yeah, and once again, this commentary is appealing to a fraction of percent of people.
Well, I'm just saying.
You know what I'm
it's so,
saying?
Like,
that's what I'm saying. This non-existent
We're
audience. This is
watching
not
the-
appealing to anybody.
we're watching a presser for a Star Wars product. Like, this seems like people that would be involved with a Broadway musical.
It really does.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. It does.
Like if
It's very niche. Like people that would watch a Broadway presser would be
Yeah.
very niche. This is the same thing this is.
yeah. If you told me she was doing some queer Broadway show, I ain't have at it.
Yeah.
And she's it, and she's sitting there doing. This.
Yeah, right. This is Star Wars. This is one of the biggest names and brands in human history.
But
for
that, but it
fuck's
feels
sake.
it's male oriented entertainment.
Yeah, right.
Why would we?
If you went to a Star Wars convention right now, it'd be a bunch of dudes our age and older,
Yeah.
super dorks, fat and out of shape, and then you'd have a couple cosplay chicks that are super hot that make money from cosplaying. But that would be about it.
Imagine your mother being the showrunner for Star Wars.
That doesn't compute, honestly.
Like,
That
imagine-
doesn't compute. I can't even think about it.
Imagine her like thinking like they hire your mom,
Yeah.
anyone's mom. Hey, you're gonna write the next Star Wars movie. What
Yeah.
she would come up with.
It'd be a Hallmark movie.
It would be right. It would be
yeah.
something stupid like that.
Yeah, because
Hallmark
my
or-
mom watches Hallmark like every day, and it's like Christmas movies year round.
Right.
That's what Star Wars would turn into.
right. Well, the Star Wars holiday special too.
Yeah, right.
So
Oh, the first one's actually great.
I love, dude, the Star Wars holiday special. Now
That
all
one's
this
awesome.
new Disney content that's come out. Its stock rose from being at the bottom all
Yeah.
the way to like it's probably
Dude, it's like
after the original trilogy.
Dude, it's like
you
a
know?
cryptocurrency.
Right.
It went from like fractions of a penny to like thousands of dollars per coin.
Yeah.
They're gay.
Well,
Yeah.
some nerds are very not gay and are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Yeah.
in my
Go
world,
figure. You got to throw the threat angle into it too.
So they dump on nerds.
Ah.
Who's their core
yeah,
audience?
they shit on nerds and they say they're a threat.
But are you listening to what she said? Hold on, let me go
Yeah,
back.
rewind that.
So he says, so your audience, they're nerds, and they're not gonna like this.
And they're a threat. Oh my god.
But hold on, watch what they say in retaliation.
Okay.
Nerds are very not gay and are very threatened by gay
well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Yeah.
in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay.
That is because you hang out with theater kids.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not nerds.
They're
they're
a theater
kids.
kid. Exactly.
Everybody watching, please write that down. I don't know.
They might be in the same class structure.
Yeah.
But it's a completely different level.
Go back to high school. Remember the kids
Yeah.
rehearsing in the hallways, right?
We-
For theater.
Where we went to college is the perfect example
Yeah.
of the theater kid because we had there was a basement level. The first level
Yeah.
was band. Or no, theater was the first level. It was like a clown show weirdos. Then you had the band level, which a bunch of dorks. Then you had a bunch of shitty ass artists on the top level.
And drug addicts.
And drug at me, right? Carrying briefcases around with drugs everywhere, which I did.
You did. That was great. In a suit.
Yeah, and a suit, just long hair, totally psychotic,
Yeah.
ripped out of my mind every day.
That was great.
Was this the fun element of?
No, I don't think so. And yet people have told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I'm frankly
You're offended?
into it. No.
I think that
Dude, this is like all inside joke shit. Like, I'm sorry, the inside joke shit works with your friends, but it doesn't work for a mainstream, huge, potentially billion-dollar audience. It doesn't work.
Yeah, these are these people live in a bubble.
It's bubble
The
shit.
little
right?
Hollywood bubble. They
Yeah.
come from like their rich little schools.
Yeah.
I don't know where she's from. Allegedly, I've heard she's like an associate of
Oh,
Weinstein.
yeah, Weinstein, right.
Right? Wasn't she was some?
Kathleen Kennedy was like Weinstein's assistant.
I don't know if we're getting that wrong. If you know that in the comments, please.
No, it's something like her boss, the chick on the right's boss,
Okay.
was Weinstein's like right
Yeah,
hand
I know.
man.
Yeah, I knew that.
Was like
I thought she was also associated with Weinstein.
probably,
personally.
but think about the hypocrisy and all this shit. You Me Too the guy, even though he was a complete pervert idiot, but then you ostracize him. But then the people that helped you get all these girls, all this weird shit to him, now they're in charge. Like, what the hypocrisy is that?
This is a theater. These are the theater kids are now running the asylum. That's
They
what,
really-
that's really at the crux of what we're saying here is
Right.
they are running the asylum. They don't even like Star Wars. You think these two
No.
idiots have ever seen Star
No,
Wars?
no,
Or even been interested?
no. This is what would you call a like a teenager acting out and being like, I'm gonna take whatever is beloved or sacred to my family or people in general and just destroy it just to make a point because I'm like so edgy.
By the way, just so everybody knows, Derek doesn't even watch Star Wars.
No.
You don't even like Star Wars.
I like the original ones, but I watched that when I was a kid.
And I have mild interest in Star Wars. I'm not some like
you know a lot of the history lore. I don't even remember what the first 3 movies were. I liked them when I was 8 years old, but that's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know when the new ones came out in like 2000, I was very disappointed.
Those are terrible.
I was still young, but you know, even at that age, I was like, that's disappointing.
I have like this newfound appreciation for the prequels too. I mean, they're awful, but they're like autistic awful.
Yeah.
It's just like an idiot who wrote a script and didn't bother even like editing it.
Yeah.
It's like he wrote it in one draft
dude.
and they went with that for the movie. These new movies, all these new Star Wars Disney products, are all politically motivated.
Right. Yeah.
That's what sickens me about all this.
Well, the whole political motivation, and also it made a good point about all that new Beetlejuice movie last week. It's not there's no like a political or woke agenda to it, but the writing's terrible. It's like you had like 10 stories going on. It was not cohesive whatsoever.
That's what I heard. I read the reviews.
Very, very odd. I mean, the acting, the general kind of gist of it.
How was Michael Keaton? Was he good?
Yeah, he was good.
Okay.
Like the actors were good, but the story just like it couldn't follow it. It made no sense.
Okay.
It really did. But like say the costumes and the acting was good, and some of
As
the
long
stuff
as it wasn't run by politics.
And no, there was no. In all reality, it was kind of great because they shit on atheists.
Okay.
And the art world. So it was actually I did enjoy that because they shit on the goofiness of the art world and atheists, but like the story made no sense.
We'll let this finish out. There's like 50 seconds. I think.
Star Wars is so gay already.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen the fits? We'd be like, look how gay this is.
Wait, rewind at a time, but listen to what you just said.
Okay.
This enrages probably about 80 to 90% of the original fan base of Star Wars.
Right.
Like, just listen to what she says.
I think that Star Wars is so gay already.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen the fits? We'd be like, look how gay this is, and then send each other a reference photo.
And are you telling me with a straight face?
So all you dorks and nerds are being called gay.
Wait, was she? You're telling me who's gay? Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah, listen to how she phrases that. I mean, she's insulting the fan base by saying this was so gay to begin with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Are you telling me with a straight face that C-3PO is straight?
They're a couple. That's what I think. But
Oh yeah, I remember in the originals when C-3PO was like trying to suck R2-D2's
Right. Yeah.
robot dick.
Yeah, a fucking trash
Remember that?
can and a fucking metal guy. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Dude, even their humor sucks.
this is more outward.
I think it's canon that R2-D2 is a lesbian.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Dude, this
Ask
is it's
Lonnie.
too much.
Okay.
This is too much.
Ask for
Can you
Lonnie.
imagine?
Yeah, talk to them.
But you see what they do?
It's all like inside jokes. It's all political. It's all it's too much.
You see what they do though? Like why does Star Wars have to be gay?
Yeah, I know.
Why?
I
This
know.
is like women I think women deep down, unless they're in love with you, they like seeing men being humiliated somehow.
You know, that's interesting because thinking about many interactions with women in my life, it's like they always want me to be gay.
They like want to feminize you.
Yeah, right. They like,
I think women really are part of the relationship with women is they are always constantly testing you to see if you're going to crack.
Yeah, right.
I think they do that.
No, that's
so
true.
I don't think they're like consciously doing it.
I think it's a subconscious thing for real.
I think they're always testing you. But back to this with Star Wars, they let a bunch of chicks run it, and of course a bunch of girls are going to like make Star Wars gay.
Yeah, right. And just stupid. And it's also this is because women are so vindictive. This is just a F you to everybody.
Right, yeah,
It's
they
not.
don't
It's not
care.
because they want to make something successful. They want to go fuck the guy. Because girls are seriously jealous of guys. You know.
Yeah,
They really
I don't
are.
have to watch the show. I didn't watch the show. I don't care enough to watch it.
Yeah, right.
But I guess in the show,
Didn't you watch like the first couple episodes or
I
something?
watched. No, you're right. I forgot that I even watched it.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
I
I've
think,
watched
I think you said you
episode
watched
one.
like the.
I was on my phone the entire time, barely interested because it was so boring.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was just like there was no guys in it. Everyone was
Oh
like
right. Yeah.
a woman of color.
Yeah.
And the show isn't about like the Force isn't even unique anymore.
Yeah, it's just like you just inherent now.
No, it's like they had like some weird orgy, I guess, in episode 4 or 5 by these lesbian witches. I don't even know.
What the fuck?
Like,
this is a show made for children.
I don't know. I don't know who the show's for, but
I'm saying that like the way it's presented to the public on the app, it's like this is for children. This isn't for adults.
I'm really,
right?
I am glad though. The response has been pretty great. I think people rejected it.
Yeah.
The fan base. I think this is like the first thing where the fan base wasn't divided on. They were all like,
this sucks.
in line, like this is terrible.
Yeah.
We don't. This is not what we want in Star Wars. And Disney canceled season 2. So.